you know, complicated. We need to do a big line of codes just to build that dictionary. So I declare a character called what, C. Now, how I get the ASCII code of that one? I will make int. Okay, inside that int we call it cascading process, as I remember, if I know for this. Okay, and now here, because I read original text one by one, so I will take what? I will take a character by character. So you can see. So now I have that C. I have the ASCII code. This is how we get the ASCII code. So, you know, so when I say that string and I use index operation, okay, I get the character inside specific position. Okay, here our specific position start from what? From 0 until what? Until the length, because I don't want to exceed length of that string, of that password in our case. Nice. Now we need to do what? We need to do shifting. So I say what? I will say increment that ASCII code by how many steps of shift you want to do. Okay, we already said that one is a 1 now, just for simplicity. You can change that one whatever you want. This code will be uploaded to the GitHub repository, so you can clone it and modify it as you want. So okay, so now the point is that I want, after I shift that H to T, for example, I want to make what? To make let's say a binding. So a binding to what? Our result should be inside text, because here we try to read that one from original and try to encrypt it inside what? Inside text. So how I do that? Now I will do the opposite operation for C, because remember now C is an integer. C represents the ASCII code. Now I need to take that ASCII code and make it character again. Nice. So it's the same thing. It should be something like that. So we don't have any problem until now. And okay, good. We don't have any what? We don't have any accounts. We delete most of accounts. Okay. So let's go back. So now I want to use that one. Let me run that one for you now. So we need that one inside what? Inside constructor, because it's the first function will be executed. So now here we read that file names. It's not encrypted. We need to read the password. Okay. So after I get the password from a file, okay, it should be encrypted. So I need to do what? I need to do decrypted. Okay. So here I don't implement decrypt. So okay. So I will make it. I will encrypt function. I implement encrypt inside add account. Okay. So you see, I need increment encrypt password inside what? Inside add account, and I need it also an update, because when you update it, you need to encrypt that password. So let me for now add that function to what? Let me make a breakpoint here, or here. Okay, so I want my code to stop here, because I want to check that is my code reading ASCII code really or not. I will show you now how to do that. So now you can see here, after we re-entering a password, everything is okay. Now I read here to use that cipher, that cipher object. Okay, so I will call it C. Okay, so here what I forget to include. Nice. So here, as I said, let me to not confuse you. So here I create that one, but before I need what to encrypt that password. So because I will encrypt, that password is not encrypted. So it's what is the original text. So I will say dot what dot set. So I will set what I will set original one as a password. Now my ciphertext will be what empty. So if I say c dot cipher called that function, okay, it should be what it should be trigger a code inside the first if statements here. Okay, so let me try to check if that will work. That warning are related to the data type, to the return of data type. It's a kind of, you can see if you read, it's loose integer position. Okay, I don't know why Xcode doing that. It's on Visual Studio it's not like same thing like that. It's not great that way. So okay, I need to create an account. I will call it Jackie. Okay, that's right, because of course you don't have anything inside it. And let me see. I will say no, wait, for example, okay, I need something readable because I want to see how that readable text will be encrypted. At the same time, when I decrypt, I make the opposite operation. Now I want to be sure that okay, it's a readable, so I will be 100% sure that my process of decrypt is successfully done. So okay, I'm saying run away. Okay, so you see the breakpoint here. So we get that breakpoint. Okay, so next, let's go to the next step. Now here I will see the value of what of C. So the value of C is what is 114. Why? Because it's R small letter. So let me check. R small letter. You can see R small letter is what is 114. I don't need that PowerPoint. Okay, so it's okay. So C is, as you can see, is what is the same ASCII code. So okay, this process is working well. Now I need to do what shift. How many shift we have is 1. Okay, so it should be 100 and what and 15. Nice. 115. What's the ASCII code of 115? It's S small letter. Nice. So now if I make an opposite, or I try to convert that ASCII code 115, that cipher should include what? S as a small letter. Let me see. So you see, it's what? S now. So that R becoming what? Becoming S. So that's the meaning. Okay. So let me make a breakpoint here to see the final results for that encryption. So now you can see, let me check. You see, this is our encrypted password. So runaway becomes something like that. Now if I did the opposite operation of this, it should be go back to the same text as we want. Nice. So let me just exit for now. Okay, because I want that one to be installed here. So you can see here the problem is what is still run away. It's not saved the encrypted password. So what we need to do is now let me delete that one because I don't store that one. Nice. And let me remove make that manager text empty. Why? Because now I will go back. I want to see the decryption. Decryption process will be calling or will be triggered from the constructor. Because if you're remembering here in our constructor, we read the password. So we need something encrypted. So we need to decrypt. Okay, so it's a good opportunity to do that. So now let me see you here. So we already what encrypt that password. It's okay. Nice. So here, rather than I use password or to write password inside that one, I change it to something else called c dot what dot get cipher. Can see? So it's easy code. Now, okay, now we should found that encrypted data inside our file. So let me run it again. Okay, I will add account college Jackie, nice. And what's the password was is run away. Okay, ciphertext should be that one. So I should see it must be what it must be saved inside that file. I will continue running. Nice. I will exit. Okay, so I finish my task. So let me check what's the password saved inside that one. So you see, it's the encrypted one. Nice. So now I need to call the decrypt operation. So how we did the object thing? We did the object thing, same code. Okay, I will copy and paste. If you can see, it's the same process. But here, rather than I make a shifting, let's say to the right, I increment. So now how I did that one, I will what I want to decrement because I want to go back. So if I did right shift, I want to do what left shift now. So how I do that? I just put minus. Okay, so the ASCII code was 114. It becomes 115. Now we need that 115 to go back to 114. How we did that? We subtract that ASCII code value with what? With how many shifts we have in our code. In our case, it's 1, so it should be 114. Nice. And be careful now. Here is the tricky. I copy paste, okay, but I forgot to update the code because here you can see it's a cipher. So cipher should be non-empty. Okay, so I need to do cipher while here I want to store data inside what? Inside original. So don't forget to update that one. Okay, because it usually we copy paste code. Okay, it's faster, it's easier, but it's dangerous also because we can get bugged now. Nice. So that one should be work. So now let me move to the function here. If you can see, I will go back because I need to make an update, or let me make it now. Let me make it now for a change password. Nice. So let me go to the code, change password. Where is that one? Here. So you can see it's the same process. So I need to do the same process here. So I will what? I copy paste that cipher here, and rather than write that one, okay, I will write what? I will write dot get open. So okay, now even if I update, if I change my password, okay, the new password should be encrypted. So I think everything is normal until now. So we update also what? Change function. We don't have any problem for that. So let me move. This one is done successfully. Now let me move to the opposite, what? To the opposite operation, which is decrypting. So if you can see, I need just decryption inside constructor. Okay, because inside constructor, if you can see here, I load list of accounts with its password inside my list of accounts attributes. So that list of attributes will contain a password. Okay, so now whatever I did here, delete, update, or whatever, because if you're remembering, we check the password before any operation. So I don't want to calling that what, to calling this function again and again and again. So it's just one time. I will load all passwords, and I will save it inside running time or in memory running time list. And each time now I have that list of passwords. It's already what, decrypted. So we need to do this task inside what, inside constructor, because it's the responsibility for that one to do it. Nice. So here, if you can see, I read that password. So that password now is changed. It's not normal password. It's encrypted password. So I need to decrypt that one. So after I get the password, okay, I will do the same thing. So I need an object from our class. Nice. I think the format here is crazy. Okay. So here now we have that object. Now, as I said, this password is already encrypted. I need to decrypt that one. So I will what? I will say c dot set what? Not original, because I already use that original when I encrypt. So I will use what? Decrypt now. So I need to set what? Cipher. So that cipher should be what? The password. Encrypted password. Now I will call what? C dot what? Dot cipher. So I will call the function. Now if you can see, I call function same thing for both processes, but the condition of that one. Previous one I set what? I set the original. Here I set what? A cipher. So now it should be what? It should be decrypt. Now rather than adding that password, I need to what? To get original one. Okay, I need to get the original one. And here, let me check if I put a breakpoint here because I want to check if that original is coming back. So let me run. So that function now should be triggered because why? You see, because we load the files. So we load Jack account password, and you can see it's encrypted here. It's encrypted. Okay, so we need to decrypt it. And if you're remembering our password or our one, it should be what? Runaway. So boom, we get that password. So we decrypt. We decrypt what? We decrypt the encrypted one. So okay, let me make a breakpoint here. And now if you can see, account should be contain what? Contain the account ID and the password is run away. Okay, so let me move and continue the code. Okay, so this is until now what we did. We encrypt, we decrypt, and we protect our data. So let me make another account with my name. Okay, I will use uh, our code now does not support space because we use a CN. We use CN to enter in the password. Okay, so if you want to support space, you need to use that function called getLine. I think you already know that one to support that space. You can Google about it. So okay, I like no, C plus plus, for example. Let me try that one. I like C plus plus. Okay, now that original one I like. So cipher one, you see, it's something unknown. So let me continue. Okay, and let me exit because I want to see. Let me check Shihab. You see, it's encrypted password. Okay. Okay. So let me change the password of what of Shihab. So here we have Shihab account. Okay. So what's the current password? I like what C++. It should be something like that. I think. Yeah, it's a valid. Okay. So let me change it to OOB plus. So you see now I have that what OOB class, and the cipher should be something like that. Okay, so now that file should contains that new string. Okay, I will continue running. I go back to the file. You can see it's updated. Done. Okay, so now let me try to delete that file. For example, let's delete is 2. So I want to delete Shihab. Now Shihab request what password. So if I say I, which is the old password, should be wrong. Okay, because it's updated. And let me display how much of accounts we have. You see, we have Jack, we have Shihab. So let me delete that account Shihab. Okay. What's the password? I forgot what's the password. Oh man. OBB underscore. Okay. So the password is OBB. So okay, it's deleted. Okay, so that account is deleted. If I check the list, it's not found in the list, and the file is not also found. Okay, so I will make what exit. So thank you for watching, and that code will be available on GitHub. You can try to do it by yourself, and you can also try to if you have any problem, you can see the code or the source code on GitHub. I already updated the repository, and thank you for your watching.